Okay, so are we ready?
As I'ma get.
Okay,
Need us to fake some enthusiasm.
I'm gonna need y'all to do that because I can't do it. But anyway,
Team, once the mics are on, you gotta be ready to go.
I'll try. I'm tired. I'm old. Anyway, welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to discuss at least three topics each week. If you are back for more of our mess,
Poor things.
thank you for putting up with us once again.
Clearly, you have nothing else better to do.
Nothing better to do. If this is your
There is nothing better to do.
okay, if this is your first time finding us, then we are so glad you're here. And as always, we
Bring
do
hose.
apologize in advance. So, our point person and optimistic realist, we call her Star.
I gave my love, I gave my life, I gave my body and mind. Rest in peace to the purple one.
Okay, and our man in the middle, our voice of reason, we call him Magic.
While we're doing Prince quotes, black don't crack, beige don't age. Go on, take this banana and get back in your cage.
Okay,
Man had
Ah!
bars.
bringing up the rear, as always, I identify as the pragmatic contrarian of our group, and they call me Storm. So, ooh,
I'm back.
Yay!
they don't even know you were gone, but okay.
Yeah, I just got chastised for it on Facebook. They like have a safe trip back. I'm like, nigga, I don't post nothing until it's over. I've been back.
So, we're recording this late because Magic was out of town. He went back to I guess my hometown, not so much yours, but
Nah, Jersey son.
back to the old stomping grounds.
Much love
Um,
to everybody I saw. For the people that I didn't get a chance to catch, blame my airplane booking skills and not my heart.
okay. Um, but yeah, so you got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah,
I
apparently nobody there ages. That shit is weird.
So I should probably get on an airplane at some point this year, if for no other reason than check on my real estate. But
Yeah, maybe
yeah,
it's because I ain't been on a plane in a minute, but airplanes are like Greyhound now. That shit is disgusting.
they were always nasty. What are you talking about?
Nah, I mean, the seats are smaller, they more cramped up together.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, they did make them smaller. I want to say about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it might have been the last time I was on a plane.
Yeah, yeah, they sure did. Um, so you
So if
know,
you're taller, you got a big ass, pay extra.
I was gonna say they just go on a diet, I guess, or I was gonna say drive, but hell, you can't even drive now. It's cheaper to fly. Um,
Gas like 30 a gallon.
something like that. I don't really pay attention to gas prices, but I was out and about and to meet with a client yesterday, and I saw the gas prices here were like 5.18 a gallon. I was
Mm,
like, what kind of madness is this?
I don't
Because
know.
like last time I paid attention, it was like three something. Like I
What the
really
fuck
don't
are
pay
we
attention.
fighting all these wars for?
Um,
The sad part is, yo, gas in Texas was higher than it is here, and I'm like, the oil derricks are down the street. Where the fuck are y'all going?
well, El Paso, that's the issue. But yeah,
Way I heard it, Austin and Houston ain't no cheaper.
no, well, El Paso was always high for whatever reason, and I don't know what that's about because, yeah, you would think that gas in Texas would be the cheapest, but nah. Part of that, well, never mind. Won't even get into that. But let's just say it's fucked up all over. Um,
Yes,
you don't even
sir.
want to know what one of my friends who lives in California
I
said
know.
their
Wait,
prices
tell
are.
us.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So they're hovering right around the 6 mark there, where she is.
Somebody
Yeah, I
I
heard
put up.
seven and some
Somebody I
change.
know. Yeah, shoot, they put up a thing
And,
the other day. Gas was
oh,
$8.
wow. Maybe that's in like the Bay Area or somewhere. I don't know. But yeah,
Saw some bullshit.
it is.
You gonna have people not being able to afford to go to work. Like,
Oh, somebody I was watching, I think on YouTube or TikTok, I don't know. I'd be watching. And somebody said they were like, I'm just working to put gas in my car. they're they're like people keep everybody's like raising rent prices and shit,
yep.
and they're like, but my job is basically only there for me to put gas in the car because you can't really afford nothing else. They're like, I don't know where these landlords think we finna get all this extra money from because it's just not there. But
Bring on the apocalypse.
yeah, I mean, ugh, shit's real fucked up.
Shit's not here already. Fuck.
I mean,
Mm-mm. People aren't consuming each other yet. Yet.
The
aren't
zombie
they?
apocalypse.
Oh,
I was gonna say, but aren't they though?
right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about necessarily like movie type zombies, but when nobody has fucking resources or the knowledge of how to get them and keep them, it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that.
I got land, I know how to hunt and fish and grow
Yeah, I
crops.
was gonna say I need to start planting some vegetables or something because, uh, man, because yeah, the grocery store is ridiculous. Ridiculous, by the way. Like
It's
I'm
funnier, the
old.
prices is going up and they're getting emptier.
Well, I was gonna say if you can find shit on the shelves,
Yep.
it's high as hell, and then the prices are higher, and there seem like it's less. They're putting less in there,
Hmm.
where they can. But what else?
Good luck, niggas.
Yep. So, Star, let's have you go first on tonight. Multitasking.
So, is it just me, or is it people seem to have a real issue with like multitasking these days? Really, I've been kind of noticing that like over the past couple of years, like motherfuckers really can't walk and chew bubblegum. Like, I don't understand. Um, like they need solitude and quiet and just prime, surroundings in order to be able to function. And I just don't even get it. I'll give you an example. I took my friend to Taco Hell the other day. And The guy was giving was getting ready to give my friend his credit card back. And the manager had said something to him about when you finish that up, you get ready to take your break. He like got super freaking frustrated and he was like, I was in the middle of giving a customer their card back and I missed a step or something like that, and now I gotta start all over again. The manager was looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, um, but there's a lot of that. Like, if you break folks' chain of thought, and look, listen here, I have squirrel brain. I admittedly have ADD, right? So it's like sometimes in order for me to focus, I do need certain things. But if somebody breaks that focus, yeah, I'm gonna be irritated for a hot second, but I'm not gonna be completely thrown off, and I'm not gonna just say fuck it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you get irritated and then you keep it moving. Like you just don't abandon the project or the cash register or the customer just because you got threw the fuck off. Like recover and go back to what you're doing.
It's a generation out here now where I think last time I checked, they said 3 out of 5 children have ADD or ADHD, which I find highly impossible. But hey, I'm not a doctor. So they take medication from a very young age to concentrate instead of learning how on their own to concentrate. Coupled with the fact in this age of technology, I bet that same kid could be on fucking Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp, and
For
whatever else all at the
hours.
same damn
For
time.
hours.
Yeah, so it's
But it's not just the young
attention
people
span is
though.
just a thing that's going. It's the same with adults. When I'm in a room full of people my age and older, even people in their 60s, everybody's staring at their fucking phone. They might have a TV on, but they're only half-ass paying attention. It's fucking weird.
And they can't.
Yeah, I I'm a multitasker. I am a very and I frustrate people with my multitasking. Um, because people like to talk to me while I'm doing other stuff,
Yeah.
and they assume I'm not listening to what they say because I'm not really engaging them, but I'm listening. I hear you. I'm just not engaging you because I'm doing this.
Mhm.
And so then people get frustrated and they're like, ah, you're not listening to me. Star does this to me all the time.
I know my other half does, and then I repeat everything she just said, and she was like,
Yeah.
"You still weren't listening." I'm like, "No, I wasn't looking directly at you."
Yeah, Star does this to me all the time. My mother used to hate it because I would be like, I would have a TV show on. I might be, firing off an email or a text or something while my mom was telling me something. And then she'd stop in the middle of her story. Hello? I'm like, yeah, I hear you. And she used to, her famous line used to be like, well, you should stomp, fart, or shit or something to let me know that you're listening. And I'm like, I'm listening. You know,
One day you'd have to do it.
yeah, I used to frustrate the hell out of her. But yeah, I'll be listening to you, but I just won't be engaging with you because I'm doing other things,
That
and
is
people
funny as
find
hell.
that frustrating. Yeah,
That is funny as hell. Stop fire shitters. I am going to use that before the weekend is over. I promise you. Uh,
but yeah, but I used to read studies on this actually
uh,
because I like to read studies. And it's actually harder, it turns out, for men to multitask than it is for women
Yay for multiple
because
personalities.
whatever, because the male brain
Focuses.
does, yeah, no, it cannot focus as well on more than one thing.
they have tunnel vision. A
There's
lot
two
of men
titties,
have tunnel.
duh.
Oh
A lot of
Lord.
men have tunnel vision.
And you only focus on one of them at a time, most of you.
No,
So
there's
there's
only one mouth. There's two hands.
but anyway, but yeah, I mean, I find it interesting. I think multitasking is somewhat of a skill that you have to learn,
Yeah, you can work on it.
which I think is why women are better at it in the long run because you know, once you give birth to somebody, you're a multitasker if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know. So I don't know. Um, I try my best not to pay attention to this new generation very
It's
much.
not just them, though. Yeah, it's
No,
a lot of them, but it's not just them.
I get it.
Oh, the old
Yeah,
weed heads are even funnier.
yeah. I mean,
And
and
that's
older
memory
people.
loss. That's brain
Yeah,
cell.
I was gonna say, and older people, I get
Brain
it, you know, because I mean, I've had that too. Like I'll go and I'll be going to do something, and then somebody will stop me and engage me in something completely different, and then I have to be like, damn, what was I about to do? But you know, that's my old age.
I'm telling you, that's like the that's one of the main reasons why I stopped smoking. Number one, that shit made me lazy as hell. Number two, okay, I kind of took notice to how, like, I already don't function on a prime level without, any sort of enhancements. Like, again, I have squirrel brain, but that shit made it so much worse. Like, it made it so much worse for me. I know there are people who can hone in and do whatever they got to do. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Once they get a couple of hits and clean a whole house, cook a whole dinner, and do a whole bunch of stuff. But for me, that was not the fucking case. Like, ooh, I'm like, I will never have a job. Like, I will never be able to keep a job, never be able to hone and focus on anything. Like,
Yeah, I
but
distinctly had that feeling the first time I got real high. I was
yeah,
like, this is cool, but I don't know how y'all do this all day, every day. I wouldn't get shit done.
I wouldn't get a damn thing done but eat and damn sleep and shit. And that's, if I ain't got nothing to do, that's already my issue. So I don't need that. I don't need that. I need no
Yeah.
help being lazy.
It happens. I done drank more liquor and fucking ate more red meat in the last 5 days than I have in the last 5 months, maybe year.
Damn.
Hey fam, love y'all.
Vacation.
Nah, shit was
You
good.
can
Yeah.
clean
It
out
was
your
good
system
though.
when you're back home.
I was going to ask you about that when you said you ate nachos for lunch.
You
I
could have had
figured
turkey, whatever, ground turkey.
Not in El Paso, you can't. But okay.
no, they had some chicken fajita flavored nacho shits that really wasn't that good, but it was nice to have real salsa again.
Yeah.
Tongue was tingling for like 45 minutes. Shout out to everybody that I was playing Stop No and Don't with. You cute, but nah.
Uh-uh. Stop.
I'm a
No.
loyal perv.
Yes, and he wasn't interested, sir.
What?
Anyway, so um, you want to go next or you want me?
While we're somewhat on the subject,
Want me. Don't you want me? Sorry.
a couple months ago, I was looking around in my house, looking at all the shit I own and don't use, and thinking, I've really worked my ass off to be able to afford a bunch of shit that has really made me lazy as hell. And I see it going on with a lot of people. And one of the things my grandfather used to tell me is it feels a lot better to know you can afford some shit than it does to actually own it most of the
Have it.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And being on
That's
vacation, I'm just the type of person that I'm not going to ask you for your Wi-Fi password. I don't care that much. And my phone bill's cheap. I think I only got like 5 gigs of data. So I was like, let me not press my luck on that. So it's like, all right, I'm staying off my phone. I watched the game or whatever, but really wasn't watching TV like that because I'm surrounded by people. I'm socializing. Like, yo, if you really put your phone down, video games, whatever, binge watching shows that ain't really even that fucking interesting, life is actually fun again.
Mm-hmm.
So I implore all you motherfuckers, stop staring at a screen, get up, get out, and do something. Live. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
um I hear you, but here's my problem.
Titty Tuesday posts on Twitter.
No, we hang out in different corners of the internet. Um, I don't like people that much.
Yeah, but there's some
So,
cool ones.
I mean, sure, but I mean, I'm not trying to be up in their face all the time. Like, I, I don't know. Like, I value my solitude.
True.
And for the record, um, I'm not always staring at a screen or two or three. Um, I'm
Multitasker.
an avid I'm an avid reader, for that matter. So, I have my nose in a book a lot. But yeah, I don't I mean, I'm, I'm almost in my mid 50s. Life ain't supposed to be a party
Why the
Right?
hell not?
There's
because I don't like
way cheaper and way better music at home. Way cheaper to
right.
get drunk, I should say.
Right, the drinks are cheaper at home, better.
Music's better.
I mean, that doesn't still mean that it can't be fun though.
I
Nah.
have fun. I have fun by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, people think that just because you're by yourself, you can't have fun. You're doing it wrong.
Which is not at all true. You should love your own company more than anybody else's, but you know a lot of people walk the earth
Of
rating
course
their
I do.
self value on who wants them or pretends to.
Listen, I like hanging out with me. I'm fucking delightful.
Mm. Mm.
You tell them.
And that's not that, I don't like y'all, from time to time. But but
Ooh, if we had the beginning of this conversation recorded.
because okay, like I was having a conversation with my bestie last week, and my bestie was, I mean, he's party dude. Like, like let's go hang out, let's go get drunk, that's always been who he is. Well, now in his ripe old age, he's like, yeah, I can't be at the club. He's like,
And how old is this man?
50, how old am I guess he'll be 54
That is
next
not a
year.
ripe old age.
It's too old to be in the damn club every week.
That's very true, but it's still not a ripe old
Well,
age.
I'm just saying, like, I thought you were gonna have to, pry the club out of his cold dead hands, and he's like, nah. He's like, I can't deal with that anymore. It's like I'll go to a bar and have a drink, but even that,
Oh,
not like it used to be.
so when I was hanging out this weekend, I was with one of my homegirls because I knew she wasn't going to fuck me, which made the whole weekend easier. And we're looking, and I'm spotting the chicks that are on the dance floor a little too early. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're getting some tonight. Is it not common knowledge that those are the hoes?
I'm sorry, who?
The chicks that be on the dance floor like way too early.
I don't think that's common knowledge.
Hmm.
Um, Nor have I ever paid attention.
That's
Because
what she
first of
said,
all,
and I'm like, watch.
we never got to the there were very few times we ever got to the club before like 11:30.
The chicks that be on the dance floor way too early.
Yeah, there's
I
always
those
like
are the
two or
ones that
three
gotta
of
be.
them.
I figure those are the ones that got a curfew.
Mm. Those are the ones that was pre-gaming a little bit too hard and decided they're gonna get some damn body.
Okay.
Oh,
I
well,
guess I can kind of see the logic in that. Some people just like to dance, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
The few times that I've been in the club
Ugly ass,
early
electric sliding ass motherfuckers.
and been on the dance floor early, it has not been about that. It was just we were there and trying to make it fun.
That's what they doing.
But I wasn't trying to go home with anybody else. Actually, I think
Yeah, I'm not a dancer, so
the last time that happened, I was really trying not to get into an altercation.
Such
But
I
rise
have
in the
never
youth.
been a dancer. I was sitting up watching this Instagram video of this couple, Caucasian couple, who looked like they were probably in their 70s somewhere. And there's this Feel So Right Hustle by Janet Jackson that I have never been able to get and sit up and watch them do it with ease. I was like, you know what? It's just whatever. I was just so jealous. Like, what the hell? They got more rhythm than I do on the
Mm.
dance floor.
That's the other thing. Line dancing is for ugly people and people who want attention.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No. Some people
Okay.
just, no.
What other reason would you be doing it?
Because it's fun.
Okay. Oh, this podcast should have video so bad. Storm, you alive?
oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Multitasking ass.
Yeah, you knew I was. Um, um, yeah, I don't know. Line dancing to me, I don't know if it's for people who want attention. To me, it's for people who, to me, it's for like a wedding, like that.
Nah,
I
all
go
get
to,
togethers had the same ones going on.
well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't understand it at the club. Like, don't do that.
How else
It's
are the
weird.
ugly people gonna get a chance to get on the floor?
Oh, it's plenty of ugly people on the floor. Well, never mind. Ugly is subjective. First
It
of all,
is, but they be knowing.
do they?
Yes.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm not a particularly handsome person. I know where the fuck I can shoot my shot and make it.
Mm-mm. Hmm.
Dancing real close, making it hard for me. Gotta play the hand you were dealt. You know the print. Anyway, next subject.
Okay. Um, so I wanted to have a discussion about love bombing
Mm.
What is that?
and why so many of y'all do it. Um, let's see.
Not just the men, though, but anyway.
Well, I guess that's true, but a lot of them uh, tend to do it. Love bombing is characterized by excessive attention, admiration, and affection with the goal to make the recipient feel dependent and obligated to that person.
Hmm.
Um, and I see it a lot, the too much too soon type dudes.
Oh, it ain't only men.
No, it's not only men, but that's all I have
To
dealt with.
reference. All
So
right.
I can't speak on the
Broaden
women.
your horizons.
And to me, it's a huge red flag.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a huge red flag. And I know a lot of people like think that that's cute. Like if he's not that into me at first, it's not going to get any better.
If he is into you like that at first, it ain't gonna get no better.
And that's what I'm saying. Because that usually quickly devolves into I'm trying to control you with this affection.
Yeah, and on the flip side, it's usually women that are just trying to go too hard way too early. Like, y'all ain't known each other for 2 months. Why are you discussing marriage?
Now, a friend of mine, and as far as I know, they're still married, but it was a big red flag to me. We were in our 20s, our early 20s, and we went bowling one night on post. Shout out to the fort. Shout out to Fort Bliss. We went bowling,
Which is a lot
and
bigger now.
I'm sorry.
Said which is a lot bigger now.
Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so. But so there were I was going to say there were some soldiers there, but duh. Okay. This dude comes up to her and like he's all over her, telling her how beautiful she is and how she is going to be his wife one day. Now,
Creep.
you would think, but I guess she was into it because fast forward 2 months and they were married. Um,
Get that extra money.
White boy from Kentucky, by the way. And I mean, I saw so many red flags in that relationship, and but yeah, so they got married, and as far as I know, they're still married because they moved back to Kentucky when he got out. But yeah, like to me, that's just creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just creepy. Um,
I mean, you never know what works for different people.
Yep.
Maybe
I
she
know
into
a
that
lot
type
of
shit.
people who want to get chose like that. Like,
well, and that's my point because they think, but see, to me, that's a false representation to begin with. Like,
Generally speaking, it's game, but shit, 2% of the time at least, it's got to be honesty.
I mean, but even if it's honesty, it's scary because, I mean, my goodness, how controlling do you have to be to map out my life the first time I meet you? You know what I mean? Like, that's just weird to me, but
A lot of people, especially women, will tell you early on, like, I don't want to say they need a pimp because that's over exaggerating it, but they prefer to have someone give them direction in that sense, and that shit is weird to me.
um,
okay.
yeah.
You'll
I
see a
don't need
million
anybody.
posts online like, I'm tired of being a strong, independent woman.
That's because I don't think they know what that means.
No, probably not. But shout out
What
to
they
the needy
saying
and
is,
those who want to be needed.
Because I there are a lot of people who think that they're strong and independent and they are neither.
Yep.
They're just loud and wrong most of the time.
Yeah.
So just because you're loud don't mean you're strong, uh,
Or right.
or correct. Very much.
Loudest person in the room rarely is.
Yeah, usually.
I had
So
I had this guy who visually I was like, oh, okay, we get to having a conversation. Conversation was really, really good. This was probably about 2 years or so ago. And I was like, okay, he seems like he would be okay. Until he says, mm, he was like, you know what? I can really see myself with you, like down the road. And I was like, okay, that I didn't have necessarily have a problem with.
yeah, I was going to say that's not bad
No, that's not bad.
unless it's like in the first 5 minutes.
It was we had like a maybe 15-minute conversation.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, okay, and I didn't even take that as being terrible. I did not.
Yeah,
But then,
but that's a gray area. That soon.
eh,
Yeah, how you know somebody in 15 minutes? But okay.
Depends on how fine they are. Stay focused.
Mm.
so then I talked to him the next day, and we ended up talking for like several hours because we were talking while he was at work. And he goes, "I'm gonna marry you. I know it."
Mm. And for people who don't see anything wrong with that statement,
It's always fun in the beginning. Let
well,
some
not
real
just
shit come
that,
out first.
but I guess me being someone who I'm
Perpetually
I'm
single?
always on the I'm always on the lookout for some bullshit.
I'm not necessarily always on the lookout for some bullshit. However, my spidey senses are very
Well,
keen.
that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
Because when you're telling me what we're going to do, you know what I mean? Like that, I'm like, it takes my consent for marriage, doesn't it? Like, how you just gonna tell me what you finna do? Like, nah. Mm-mm.
Wouldn't it be more of intent than actual plans? Like if you come in there with actual plans on the second day, that's super creepy.
you telling me
Well, if
where I'm
you come
gonna
in
buy
with
my wedding
intent,
dress?
yeah,
We got a problem. But I'll tell you what the difference is. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily a person who believes in like holding back if it's somebody that you're interested in, but sometimes there is such a thing as too early. So, like with my ex-husband, he said that he knew by the second date that you know that I was like the person he wanted to be with, and that he could see us together like for years down the line. Okay.
that
I
is reasonable.
had he said that to me at 17 years old, I don't know that
You'd have
would not
out.
have maybe scared me.
And
Like
there's the
what?
difference.
And he kept it to himself. But my point is, sometimes you feel stuff or a certain way early on in a relationship, and you know it may not benefit you to always express how you're feeling. Maybe until you get a little bit further along, you start seeing certain things. I mean, hell, at this age, if I meet a dude and after, like 2 dates, and he's like, oh, I can see myself being with you years down the line, this, that, and the other. And it's like, you sure, dude? I'm going through menopause. You haven't even had, right? Like, I mean, you haven't even seen me.
Well,
Like,
I think there's a decided difference between, you know, like I can see us together as and we're getting married. You
I'm
know
going
what I
to make
mean? Like,
you my wife.
right. When, I'm like, you must have been there that day because that's exactly the way he said it to her. His old country, Kentucky. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, no shade to Kentucky, except for
You've already offended every state in the union.
I was gonna say except for y'all Mitch McConnell voting motherfuckers, because fuck all y'all.
Damn.
But anyway, um,
We just lost a
Actually,
few more listeners. What's wrong with you?
oh, they wouldn't listen. The McConnell fans wasn't listening no way. Um, so
oh
here are some common signs of love bombing, according to the interweb.
boy,
They tell you over the top compliments like, you are the answer to all of my prayers, or you're my soulmate early in the relationship. They overwhelm you with constant texts, calls, and messages. Also, don't do that. And you're expected to respond immediately. Yeah.
so this is every
First of
woman on
all,
earth. Okay,
if you're texting me, calling me, messaging me that much, I'm
pussy
gonna
better be
assume you're
fucked up.
unemployed. But anyway, they give you really expensive gifts and use those gifts to validate harsh treatment later. They get annoyed or irritated when you spend time without them.
Every woman on earth.
Nah,
Excuse me, not me.
I need my space. Go on with your boys.
Exactly. Please go hang out with them.
Till it happens.
Oh, it ain't no till it happens. There's
Not
not an
until it
ex
happens.
there, and not that there's that many. There's not an ex that can tell you that was ever my issue.
Right. Me neither.
I'll just say y'all are anomalies.
Well, I be
I
that.
don't know that that's true. I just know that I don't
Be that.
need to be up underneath you every second of the day. Like, I mean, if you gone with your boys, that gives me time to do what I want to do.
In
So,
fact, I've had one or two guys who would be like, who found it weird. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
or
um,
suspect,
or suspect. Like, what are you doing? It's like living. Then
right,
like enjoying my space. Like what? Like I'm an only
right,
child. You know what I mean? And
not
but I am. And so, I do still, I have some loner tendencies. I like to be around people. I don't mind the right people, being around the right people a lot, but um, I still need my space every now and then. That's how I think. That's how I process.
absolutely. I
Um,
was I was dating a dude once who one of his friends was getting married, and they were going to take him to the strip club. So he was like, he like real tentative, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to we're gonna take him out, and it's gonna be kind of like a bachelor party, and I was like, oh, where y'all going? I don't want to tell you. I was like, why not? I was like, I don't care. We're going to the strip club. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, you're mad. You're mad. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, have fun. Like, for real. And then it was, what are you going to do? I don't know. I might call so and so and hang out, or I might just stay here, and, you know, Do nothing. Oh, okay. Do you know that fool called me like 20 times that night to see what I was doing? I'm like, you supposed to be out at the strip club having fun. Why are you bothering me?
Establish your innocence, my G.
Like, why are you bothering me? But he was so convinced that one, I was mad that he was going, and that two, I was going to retaliate in some way, form, or fashion. That he decided he was going. And needless to say, we broke up shortly thereafter because I found that shit weird.
I'm
That's
not to
where effort gets you.
blame for the pain that was caused by previous characters. Sorry.
That's a real problem
No,
too.
Yes,
it's not.
it is.
It wasn't that. That wasn't effort. That was paranoia.
It is. Because he cared enough
And
that you might have been bothered that he wanted to ease your mind. Shame on
when
him.
I told him I wasn't,
Who hasn't
I
heard
told him
that one
I wasn't.
for and he came back and blew him up in their face?
Obviously.
I mean, I won't dispute that, but I'm a grown ass woman. If I'm bothered, I'm gonna tell you I'm bothered. If I don't want you to go, I'm gonna tell you I don't
You
want you to
have to give
go.
people a chance to kind of get used to your personality, especially when you know that you're a little bit different. And I run across that. And I don't necessarily I mean I get it, you know. I'm
Fuck, I care if you go to the strip club. You ain't spending my money. You know what I mean?
I don't I don't have the typical response um, that a lot of women do to a whole lot of things. So that catches some men off guard first. And it's almost like, yeah, you on some bullshit, you're gonna be mad or whatever. And it's like, no, trust me, I'm not. Like, you're okay. Like, we're okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I had I had a guy that I was with for a couple of years. You know him. And I say with, not messing with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um,
For a couple of
and
years.
he got ready to go out with his boys one day. And I was there while he was getting dressed. And I think I made some joke or something about don't bring back home no numbers. But I said it in a very joking way. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't what I said because that don't even sound like me. But it was something to that fact. Okay. So later on, like after we broke up, you know how sometimes you have those discussions like what went wrong or whatever. And because we're still cool, we ended up having a discussion about that particular day. And he was like, I was paranoid the whole time. I didn't even want to have a conversation with nobody because you know, like don't bring back home no numbers or whatever. And what it was, he had put on his outfit. That's what it was. He had put on his outfit. He looked really good. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, no, I said, don't you bring back no strays, but I said it in joking. Okay. And so in jest. And he took that seriously, like, I didn't want to hear a conversation with nobody but the fellas at the bar because I didn't want you to think. And I'm like, even if you had a head conversation, I wouldn't have known shit about it.
Right.
That's number one. Like, really? Number two, I was joking. How do you not know by now? We've been knowing each other over 20 freaking years that when I say stuff in jest, like, how do you not know when I'm joking? But you're so used to having like women who like basically you better not be picking up no bitches or whatever while you out, blah 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 blah. But I've never
Yeah.
said anything like that to you. Never even. I don't get it. I didn't get it. And I was like, so you couldn't have fun because I said that one little thing and that made you somehow self conscious. I was like, yeah, okay. I don't even understand. Especially with him because again, we had known each other for many, many years before we started kicking it. So you gotta know I'm not insecure like that. You gotta know that I will say things in jest a lot. Like, how do you not know that? But whatever.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is projection.
And
Yeah,
as
and a lot of
adults,
that
we need to
shit.
have open and honest conversations, especially when something is lost in translation.
But I don't understand. Well, I mean, to me, I couldn't have been more clear that I did
Yeah,
not
what I'm
care.
saying is that's perfectly fine the first time. And then after that, you have to come to that person and be like, dude, it wasn't that serious. I literally meant go have some fun. And then, oh, okay, my bad. I just wanted to make sure you wasn't worried. All right, next time
I
we know better.
literally told him that every time he called me that night. Like, why are you calling me? I think I was watching a movie and he was getting on my absolute last nerve because I couldn't, watch the movie in peace. And I'm like, go have fun. Like, it's a bachelor party. Why are you on the phone with me? Like,
And then some men are
Clearing
so
his
used
name.
to having those wall breaker type dudes that they can't handle the freedom. I had a guy like that. Like I had a guy like that I was talking to for a hot second that was like that. That he was so used to women kind of just assuming because he was a decent looking dude that he was a cheater. Um, that they would be on him, smelling his drawers and all. I'm not going through that kind of shit. Um,
absolutely not doing that.
um, checking his phone. Like he was like, "You don't even check my phone." I'm like, "For what?" Like, I don't check phones. Like that's so
I barely
immature.
check. I barely check my phone.
Um, like, have you seen my email inbox? Like
Right.
the numbers? No, but anyway, you thinking just because I don't do these things that I don't care or I'm not
Right.
concerned. Like you're just not used to having somebody who's not about the games. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's not about the games and who, basically let you be you. My thing is I give everybody the same amount of rope. We start out,
Yep.
everybody has the same amount of rope. You can either use that to pull yourself closer to me, or you can use it to hang yourself in my life. It's your choice. And
Bars.
it's your choice. I'm not checking phones, I'm not smelling drawers, I'm not going around looking for, obvious signs of another woman because I mean
Right. I
from the old
I
school.
I I ain't checking your odometer. I'm not.
That's some crazy wild ass shit. Like
I ain't waiting up for you. I'm not
checking
like
your social
none of that
media
stuff.
inbox, watching who you liking on social media, giving hearts to.
Right.
I don't care about none of that shit. Um,
Right.
my thing is if you're doing anything, bad cream rises to the top. I'm gonna figure it
Every
out.
time.
Right. Right. It'll come to light
It'll come
eventually.
to light. I ain't gotta go looking for it, and I don't have
Nope.
time. Not that I don't care. I don't have time.
Right.
If I can't trust you, I don't need you.
There you go.
That's the biggest part. That's a wrap. We good? We done?
Yep. Because the sound guy has to do this pretty quick.
Shit coming out as is. If you
Um,
like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe.
bonus check.
I ain't gonna get titties for my birthday. I don't even like y'all right now. If you don't, tell everybody you know. It
I
is
just
Get
the
your
want
Threesome
okay.
Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. We might be on them sometime. I don't know. Night, nigglets.
Yep. I gotta go walk the dog.
Yeah.